Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. And welcome to David Bryant. Again, just as we thought he'd disappeared, he sent a friend request to Layla. I don't use Layla's profile very often. I think I just set her up so that we could wind up our old friend Mark Sith John. Hello Layla, he said. Hello David, replied Layla. Good day, my friend. How are you doing? And then he disappeared for 6 days. Good afternoon, Layla. How are you doing, he said. Hello again, said Layla. You disappeared. Yes, my account was being hacked, he said. I just recovered it. Good morning. How are you doing? Did you just send me another friend request, she said, a couple of days later, having ignored him on the Tuesday, because I moved house. Yes, he said. Why? She asked. I couldn't see your profile on my friends list anymore, he said. Oh, how weird, replied Layla. Yes, I guess my account being hacked had a lot to do with it. Maybe. Who knows, she said. Yeah, how are you doing? I'm fine, thanks, she said. I had to work late today, but I've got tomorrow off. Woo! That makes a change, doesn't it, ladies and gentlemen? That's nice. What do you do? I provide support for a team of private investigators, she said. What do you do? I worked as an engineering superintendent for both construction and petroleum companies. Worked over 30 years. I'm also an entrepreneur. I deal on gemstone, diamonds, aquamarine and emeralds. Been in this field over 12 years. Are you saying you do both? She asked. No, I've retired from the engineering field. I'm only a consultant on it now. Oh, okay. How long have you worked for? He asked. Strange question that, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? Since I left university, said Layla. How long have you worked for? What kind of investigations do your team usually carry out? Asked our probably very suspicious scammer. All sorts, said Layla. Most common is tracking down missing ex-husbands or wives. Stolen high-value pets are becoming very common. I have absolutely no idea what private investigators really investigate. I just made that up. Woo! He said. Missing husbands and wives. I'm sorry, but I find this funny. It is funny sometimes, said Layla. People have a whole range of reasons for wanting to disappear and not be found. LOL, I can imagine, he said. Your field is so interesting. I was wondering if you might have time to do some other stuffs. Such as? Asked Layla. Basically, going out with friends, hiking, seeing a movie, vacation, he said. Oh, replied Layla. It sounded as if there was something you wanted me to do for you. It's just a job. Of course I do other things. Okay, that's good. Where are you from? He asked. I live in Rotherhithe in London. Where do you live? She said. Amazing place, he said. I've been there a couple of times down the years. I'm from the USA, Florida, Miami. Have you been to the USA before? You've been to Rotherhithe? Asked Layla. Yes, a long time ago, he said. And I would love to visit again. Okay, she said. I have a flat overlooking the water. Rotherhithe is beside the Thames. That was kind of a trick. She wanted to see whether he would pick up on it or not. That's nice, he said. I'm sure it must be a beautiful sight to see when the sun sets in the morning. He must live in an alternative universe, mustn't he? Where I live, the sun rises in the morning. Do you leave there alone? He said. Oh, yes, said Layla. I usually leave for work at about 7:30 a.m. No one comes with me. Oh, okay, he said. How long have you leaved there? I leave every morning, said Layla, unless I have a day off. Then I might stay at home all day. What a strange question. Are you offering to take me to work? LOL, he said. I would have loved to if I was close by. What's for dinner? It's nearly time for bed, said Layla. Oh, yeah, I know. Hope you've had something for dinner. Another strange question, said Layla. Who are you? You're starting to sound creepy. Are you spying on me? Hell no, he said. I can't spy on you. How would I? I'm just a caring man who don't want to miss out on every little details about you. Asking if I leave for work alone is creepy, said Layla. I'll phone a colleague and ask them to accompany me on Friday. Sounds like you're spying on me and telling me you've been to Rotherhithe. Of all the places in London you could come to, that's weird too. Is there something about Rotherhithe that you aren't telling me? He asked. What's that supposed to mean? Said Layla. I can't decide if you're pretending to have been to Rotherhithe because you think I'd be impressed, or if you really did come here. Of all the hundreds of places in London you could have come to, you claim to have been to Rotherhithe. Quite a coincidence, don't you think? I understand, he said. You might feel a little unconvinced about my coming round to Rotherhithe. But remember, I told you about being an engineer for over 30 years. My coming to your country during this time was work-related. I have a series of contracts during this time, about 3 in the USA, 2 in London, which included Everton, you know, because they're all football fans, and Rotherhithe. And I don't follow football, but even I know that Everton is in Liverpool, not London. If you say so, said Layla. I still don't understand why you're so interested in whether or not I go to work alone. I'll make sure someone comes with me for the foreseeable future. I'm sorry, he said, finally realising what he had said. I was misunderstood in that sense. I meant to say, do you live in your apartment alone? Probably you have a family you lived with. I was distracted with some emails I was going through. LOL, he said. I'm sorry if I made you feel uncomfortable. I mean no harm. Yeah, right, said Layla. I'm not convinced. You've had ages to realise you made a mistake. Anyway, you're in Miami, and you don't know where I am in Rotherhithe, so there probably isn't anything you can do. Yeah, I want to be honest with you here, said Amman, who doesn't actually know what the dictionary definition of honest is. But I felt like I was investigated and interrogated by an officer. LOL. Don't be ridiculous, said Layla. You made deliberately creepy statements. How many times did I repeat what you said about asking if I leave for work alone? Now you claim that wasn't what you meant. I want you to know I'm harmless as a dove, he said, and just want to be a caring friend. Let's change the subject, said Layla. Tell me about Miami. For the record, I haven't been there, so I can't claim to have been to the same neighbourhood you live in. I have no interest in whether or not you go to work on your own or accompanied. Yeah, he said. Miami is an amazing place, most especially during the summer period. The sunset is perfect, and one of the best places to go for a vacation. It's usually warm in the winter, and it hasn't snowed here in a very long time. Maybe I should add it to my to-do list this winter, replied Layla. Woo! He said. He's spoiling our joke, isn't he, guys? That'll be awesome. I guess I'd start my preparations by clearing up my schedule in anticipation for your coming. Ha, replied Layla. What is it that you actually do? I'm into gemstones, diamonds, aquamarines and emeralds. I usually buy some of all this precious stones and auction them. You're an auctioneer? Asked Layla. Yes, I am, he said, probably having no idea what an auctioneer is. And you're allowed to auction items you've purchased yourself? I very much doubt that, ladies and gentlemen. You certainly wouldn't be in the UK. Yeah, he said. I've just seen the time, replied Layla. I'm really tired, so I'm going to bed. Good night for now. Well, I'd just moved house. I was cream-crackered. OK, Layla, he said. Sleep well, and sweet dreams. Good morning, said Layla the next day. I'm being lazy this morning as I have a day off work. I'm curious, she said. Do you own an auction house, or do you work for someone else? Good morning, said our man, who had no idea what she was talking about, so thought he'd ignore her. Hi, she said. How was your night, he asked. How are you doing? I'm fine, thanks, she said. It's a lovely sunny day here, so I've got all the windows open, and I'm cleaning the living room. That's great, he said. What have you been up to all day? Got to admire these scammers, who ignore what you've said and just work their way down their list of standard questions. I'm sure you have a lot of stuffs you would like to do, considering you have the whole day for yourself. I'm cleaning, said Layla. What have you been up to all day? You didn't tell me whether you own your own auction house or work for someone else. I do not own an auction house, he said. I go in tags where everyone comes with their product collectively from different countries and location to auction their valuables. Oh, said Layla, you said you're an auctioneer. You mean auction houses hire you to run their auctions in different locations? Yeah, he said, still not getting the difference between being an auctioneer, i.e. someone that conducts the auction, and someone who's coming to the auction to sell their goods. How was your day, beautiful? I hope it was full of fun. Do you run auctions all round the world? She said. Sounds amazing. You must do a lot of travelling. Yes, I do. What are you up to now? My goodness, this man's conversation is just riveting, isn't it? I guess gem auctions are very specialised, she said. Where do you travel to? How do you mean? He asked. Which countries do you go to when you run auctions? I'm guessing they're specialised. Are there lots of places that run gem auctions? Our man gave up the unequal struggle, having no idea what she was talking about. Which made me think this is a team of scammers, and this isn't the same team member that we were talking to before. Are you all right? asked Layla a couple of days later. "You've disappeared." And yes, he did. I was making this 2 weeks later, and he'd still disappeared. I hope you enjoyed this bonus episode of David Bryant. If you did, please like it, please share it, please comment down below, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you again in another video.